and Chris Cloud. Hey, Chris, wow, man, how you doing?
It's a long time making. Glad to be here.
Thank you all for watching and supporting.
I am just a big patriot and lover of freedom. And
I'm coming to you guys from what I call the front line of the heartland.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Owner of HollowPoint Show. This is your host, Darryl McKell Brooks, and we have other host, Rebecca Boyd. Hey, Rebecca.
hey, Daryl. Good evening. Good evening to everyone watching.
Yes, everyone is watching. We know we got a lot of people that are watching today for a special show. Chris will be about 10 to 15 minutes late, and he's going to log in. Okay. So we have a very special guest out of Washington State, Owner Kearney. She's running for governor, and she's going to talk about her experience and also about January 6th. So there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in the news. I mean, we got immigration issues. We got the war in Israel. All these things are happening. You know, the headline. You know, listen. There's also a group, a convoy heading to Eagle Pass, Texas, to rally against the migrants' influx with the Biden board. We send all those individuals our prayers because they're courageous. And there's thousands of people from all the way from New Jersey, a convoy into North Carolina, from Florida into Texas, California, all the different parts of the country are coming into Texas, and that's exciting. And we hope everything is safe.
People taking action. It's a good thing happening, I think.
Yeah, I got my buddy. He was on the show, Lou Jasikoff. He's down there, but I think he's in Arizona. I said, man, you see all those people? You got to get down there. And he's doing some investigating journalists. He's crossing into Mexico and coming back, sending me videos. So I would love to have him on.
That'd be
eventually
awesome.
To experience. Yeah. And we have another sponsor, HollowPoint, and we're going to be showing their commercial. Thanks to Lana.
Awesome.
And so, I'm so excited. He had supposed to come on, and maybe he's still trying to come on. But our special guest, you can bring on Owner Kearney. She's running for Washington governor of Washington State. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Thanks. So happy to have you.
Yes. So you're running for governor of Washington State. Wow.
Yes.
And you're a Democrat, and also you were at January 6th. That's some of the things that we can discuss. So, Lorna, tell us about you.
Well, I would say that I'm the average American. I'm a veteran. I was a computer analyst in military intelligence. So I believe that, believe in protecting our freedoms, as a veteran should. At least I would hope so. But yes, I've been a single mother. I've experienced homelessness. I live in a historically disadvantaged community. My husband is a union worker. And, it's like I understand the everyday life and experiences that regular people are going through because I'm that regular person. I'm not a career politician out here with all the open doors to get into big, businesses to back me. So I've been doing my campaign really grassroots in the community, talking to people and understanding different sides of the lines, because sometimes it's really a miscommunication when we're just yelling at each other and nobody's never taken the time to listen.
Right. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So one of the things that came to me that I talked to you and Lana about, January 6th.
Yes.
And I think Lana has some coverage of January 6th about to pop up, and you can basically tell us about the whole situation, what happened there, the lies, the truths, what really happened on January 6th.
Yes. You know, I'm gonna start at the White House, the president's speech. When we were down there, I would say it's more than 3 million people. So my intention when I got there, I saw everyone piling in. I said in my head, yeah, I don't do, you know, like claustrophobia, being in a big crowd. So I'm going to try to stay as close to the edge. But what little do you realize how quick you get packed in a place.
And that's a cold day.
Yeah, I was there. It was cold and a lot of people.
Yes, and I was like in my head, oh my goodness, because I remember there kept being these threats the day before, and I was like, all somebody has to do is say bomb or something, and people are gonna get trampled, and that's all I wanted to be was near the end, but I never ended up near the end. I was in the middle. But as the day progressed along, I want to say it was hard to video record live. Everyone, we were having troubles with the internet and connecting. And I remember people telling me that he said that they were being told on the news that the president said to go down there, storm the Capitol. And I said, no, that's not what he said. I said, especially if you listen to it in context, he said that Pence is he has been avoiding him all week. He's not going to do, you know, like stop so that way, because I was originally there to see them present evidence of ballot fraud, and that Pence was not going to let them present the evidence. So you're better off just going home. And if you're going to go down to the Capitol, go peacefully. So where everybody is getting this other message, I don't know. And it's not like we had internet to really what you call it.
Hey, Chris.
It's been a long week today.
Oh, okay. So
we're happy you're here now.
Yeah, we're happy you're here. So Chris, Ilona is talking about what happened, her experience in January 6th. Go ahead, Ilona.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, me either.
And so, you know, when
Never
it
heard
was
of it.
when it was over, now in my timeline, because I think the timelines is on my Google Docs, but it was probably around 2 or 3, somewhere around that time. And I'm sorry, come here. Dog wants to attention.
So will probably be making a debut as well, making his appearance as well.
Yes. So when we were walking from the White House to the Capitol, you had people running through screaming, Pence has betrayed us, Pence has betrayed us. And I think on one of my videos, it said, you hear people in the background, Pence did not betray us. They're trying to start an insurrection. Everybody ignore them. That's what everybody was saying. So you had like 2 or 3 people just running through the crowd trying to incite an argument. And then the guys that were with walking in my area, they were saying it would be stupid to have an insurrection because it wouldn't be beneficial for us. And so
you have some of that on video, right?
No, because the internet, it was like one of the videos that I sent her, it shows on there where I was saying, oh, so I got internet now, and then it cut out again. So it's like our internet was in and out. It was difficult to
cell coverage as well.
Yeah,
what I hear.
The actual crowd, though, I think like if you were part of the crowd, everyone was super peaceful all during the speech. I mean, it was almost boring, the crowd. I mean, you had church groups, prayer groups, you know, just American patriots standing around waiting for Trump to come out and talk, because it took a while. There was a lot of speeches before him. And then when he finally came out, I think people were getting a little restless. Like, we want to hear what he has to say. We also want to get going. A lot of people home. Because I know I left pretty much right after the speech. I couldn't wait to get on my way. It was cold, but I mean, everyone was just so peaceful surrounding the speech.
Yeah. And you know, I looked at when I saw some of the news footage and I saw mine and I looked back and they were talking about like the trash. What do you expect? There's 3 million people and you only have 3 trash cans set out.
Right.
Was it 4 what are the portables
Yeah.
set out? How do you expect 3 million people to utilize those?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I had to go into a hotel, me and another guy. I mean, it was just crazy, and it was cold that day. And listen, we all know it was cold. We all know it was exciting. And I left during President Trump's speech because it was cold. I had to get back on the bus.
I don't know how, because I tried to ease my way through. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah. So I think that Lana has some videos to show.
Yes.
Of you, some of the videos that you took. Lana, go ahead and show them.
For being at January 6th, because I know when there is a hype around something, it's not necessarily the things that the public thinks that it is. It's something deeper and probably more decrepit than you want to know. I did not witness anything that went inside because I was not inside. I was across the street most of the time. We did not believe what was going on inside because outside, when we had a reporter that was standing behind us trying to make reports, he was making false reports, even of what was being chanted that was not being chanted. I interpret the chant that was going on at the time in the video saying, oh, this is what they're saying, but you can't really tell. However, I know news reports were saying different things, that they were saying hang Pence and all these things. But on my recording, there was, leave us alone, USA, stop the steal. Those are the main chants that were being said. Then I walked over to the Capitol and walked up and walked around to video record what I could see. But of course, by that time, I didn't see anything of any police, but that could have been earlier before I got there. Well, before I came over onto that side. The people that I know that were over there, they've sent me some of their footage. One lady, she's yelling in the background, stop them, that's Antifa trying to break the window. And you hear a lot of them saying, stop them, that's Antifa. That's not our people. We were getting reports on our side saying to watch out, Antifa is trying to lead everybody and hype the crowd up. There was things being said that Pence has betrayed us. He just did something, and other people were yelling saying Pence did not do anything yet. He's still counting. All of these different things. Even like my family was texting me saying, because they saw me on live, they were saying Pence hasn't done anything yet. Whoever that is lying. So, you have those people who are plants to try to start and hype up stuff. That does not mean that everybody that was there January 6th were bad people, that they were all there to do some take over the Capitol. They were not. You had people who was about it. But I'm gonna say this. If you tearing up, busting in windows, you're wrong. If you tearing up government property, you're wrong.
Right. We're back. Wow. Interesting. We're gonna go to a commercial break right quick with one of our new commercials, Holloway arms, and we got Eagle, we got Nation's Gun Show, and we had about 2 or 3 more ads we're going to put in. So Lana, go ahead. We'll be right back.
Alright guys, so we got 5.56 custom built, Tech, Sounds of Cold Spec War suppressor, and Cerakoted in graphite black and black cherry.
Flip Ammo is your trusted source of high-quality ammunition. We're passionate about shooting and offer a wide range of products from bulk ammo to hard-to-find rounds, all at competitive prices. You can choose from local pickup or fast daily shipping. We are the fastest shippers in the industry. We strategically developed our space next to the UPS shipping center and can ship most orders same day till 7 p.m. Our dedicated customer service team is always available for any questions or product recommendations. Experience the passion, expertise, and exceptional service that sets us apart. Flip Ammo, your trusted source for high-quality ammunition.
Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo in Chantilly, Virginia this weekend. 1,300 tables, over 2 miles of guns, knives, and accessories. Everything you need for the shooting, sports, and self-defense. Meet Crispy Avila at the EC Defense booth. Concealed handgun classes. The Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo. Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Advanced tickets, coupons, and more info at thenationsgunshow.com. That's thenationsgunshow.com.
Oh, we're back, and I'll be at the Nation's Gun Show tomorrow, Friday. It's from 1 to 8. They changed the time now for the past, I guess, few years. It was 3 to 8. Now there's 1 to 8 every Friday. So I am excited at the Nation's Gun Show. I will be there. And hey, Chris, hope to see you there.
Saturday, probably Saturday.
Saturday, are you coming Saturday? Oh, great, awesome. So,
Lucky.
huh?
lucky.
Oh, lucky. Yes, we are.
I'll come to the one in Pennsylvania and eventually that
Oaks Gun Show. So, Ilana, so you said there were people screaming and saying it was Antifa that was stirring up the trouble.
Yes.
Tell us a little about that.
Now, I wasn't over on that side when it happened. Like I said, I think that happened probably a little earlier when people were probably down listening at the speech, because the other lady that I met there, she actually moved here to Washington State. I was trying to get a copy of her video because she showed me her video. And in her video, she's recording, and you can hear her and other people in the background saying, "Stop them. That's Antifa that's trying to break the window." And they were telling that people to stop. And then I know people were sending, messages when we were over across from the Capitol. Anybody doing anything bad, don't follow them. That's not our people. Don't follow them. So, and I think on one of the videos that I sent over, you can hear us in the people in my background talking, say they're just trying to set us up. That's all they're trying to do is set MAGA up to look bad.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
a
was
pretty good indication about whose side somebody's on is I found that a really, really reliable litmus for that is even absolute ardent, not even KKK, because they're all Democrats, but absolute white supremacists. What identifies them, the characteristics that identify them, is that they are proud of their convictions. So I've found that a very, very reliable litmus as to whose side somebody's on is whether they cover their face. If they've got their face covered, they're Antifa, they're Marxists, they're anarchists. They're not conservative in any way. They're not ultra conservative. The more conservative they are, the more they don't call them the Proud Boys for nothing. Ain't none of these guys with their faces covered in any way conservative. They're Marxists.
Chris?
Which one, the Proud Boys or the
anybody that has their face covered in these and like these recent marches that we've seen that are presented as ultra or right wing supremacists. Yeah, I'd call flat out bullshit. If they've all got face coverings on, they aren't conservative, even supremacists. The more hardcore right wing they are, the more proud they are to have their mug out there. If they're covering their face, they're fascists, they're Marxists, and they're Antifa.
With the
first thing you go for if you're ever in a confrontation with these people, go for the face covering. First and foremost, don't defend. Don't try to punch them in the gut. Don't try to take their meat and anything. Unmask them on camera, and you'll find out what agency they ally with.
Yeah, I don't like I've been places, Proud Boys, I haven't seen them too much wear mask. Only time that like here in our Olympia, the only time that they've worn them certain times is depending on what is going on, because you have people who do doxing. I was doxed before, and they put my name, my face, my address, and everything up on a national hit list. So that's they told me to cover my face, all all these things to protect myself, but I didn't. It was like, you gonna dox me, you're gonna dox me. You you're gonna come to this house and you're gonna fuck around and find out. So I'm not that candidate.
So you're running. So you're running for governor, and
Yes.
you're running as a Democrat, right? And you support President Trump. So tell us about that. I know it's kind of hard being a Republican in those areas, and I know for the fact that during the 2020 election, there were Democrats that actually supported President Trump.
Correct. And I always tell people it's not about a party. I'm Ilona Kearney, who is a Democrat. I'm not Ilona Kearney, the Democrat. I'm a Democrat not for the party. I'm a Democrat for the people. And like Republican parties more, like they release a lot of things, create a more capitalistic, make it where everyone can do more things. Whereas Democrat, we're just more boots on the ground with, okay, you've created this opening, now how are we going to fix it for people who really don't have that access? So being a Democrat who voted for Trump, well, first off, let's go back to what brought it to my attention. Was originally I didn't care. I didn't care. I don't care until somebody starts lying to me. And then I want to know why you're lying to me. So it was what was the first one? He said something racist for them to go back to their own country. Okay, let me go see what's the full context, because I'm not just going to let you tell me somebody's racist or tell me that this person is this, because those are harsh accusations. But when I look at the whole history of the text mess, the tweet or whatever that was going back and forth, it was what was originally said was anti-American. And to say something like that and to say we should be more like our country that we just came from. Well, if you are an immigrant and you know where you came from, that if you told me, I don't know where I came from except for America. So if you tell me to go back to my country, this is my country, that's disrespectful and racist. But if I was an immigrant, I know where I came from, and I say, oh, I came from this country, it was horrible, but I think we should be like that government. I agree. Go back to your country. Why are you here? Don't bring those ideals here, because the whole purpose of you being here is accepting what our country is about freedom. And you want to take that away and go back and revert back to something else, then go back there. So I don't think that's racist. So that was like, don't bring me some information, say he's racist off of that. And it's, different things.
Context matters. Not only do words matter, but context is often as important or more important.
Yes. So it was those.
Anybody could take our 1-hour interview right here, and make all four of us out to be absolute monsters by selectively editing words that we've said here today, tonight, right now. Context is crucial.
Yeah,
and
it is.
The left, not Democrats, the left, which is an entirely different group of people, are masters at media and communications manipulation.
And I'm going to say, for me, the left and the right, because I've been seeing it on both sides. Even when I've sat on a Republican board before, and it was disheartening. I was like, you guys know we don't have to sit here and lie. Just leave the truth out there. It's like, oh no, we have to do this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm good. Y'all lost me. So.
I give you credit, because it's not easy to speak out or stand for something opposite than what your party is supposed to think. And we have that, I agree, on the right a lot of times, just like the left does. And I think it's important for people just to step back, take the party out of it, use logic and reasoning and look at the facts like you've done, and then come to a conclusion and not just serve party.
Yeah.
So it's really refreshing. So thank you for speaking out and being willing to do what you've done and give your experience.
Yeah, I'm just gearing up because May hits around here. I'm pretty sure they already sitting back there prepping off of everything I post.
Yeah, so question, running for office, I'd like to know, how many signatures did you need to have to run for governor? Are you running in the primary?
Yes.
Okay, how many signatures did you need to have?
None. You pay $2,000 or you collect 2,000 signatures.
Wow, okay.
If you collect 2,000 signatures, you don't have to pay.
Can you get 1,000 of each?
I can get any 2,000 signatures.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
As long as they're in the state register.
Oh, okay. So how many people are running in the election, the primary?
I think a couple of days I looked, it's 28.
Wow, and so have you had your debate?
Because I still got to subtract some people because they're people who dropped out, but their names are still listed as running.
Have you had a debate? Any types of debates yet?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, debates, they won't set up until probably around June.
Mm-hmm.
The different communities. And I still don't have all the information on that because I remember on the presidential, someone couldn't debate because they didn't have the money for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so would you say it's been a positive experience for you so far? Have you gotten a lot of backlash or?
No, I haven't gotten a lot of backlash. Like when it's coming out to people, I have a lot of positive experience and just going out. The thing is for them, I've been doing this since 2022. So they're like, yeah, we won't see the politicians until campaign year, but you're out here, you're actually doing stuff. I jump in and do the line dance with everybody. I sing the national anthem at the games. So I jump in. I delivered Jackie. She's watching us now. I delivered name. So,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Out here just doing everything, showing people I'm a regular person who's sitting at the table, showing up to.
That's not quite regular. That's a little beyond regular. So you know, I'm regular and I ain't delivered no babies. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
Well, that's the citizen who says if I see a need, I'm jumping in there and helping.
I'm not jumping into that need. And I can't believe at 57 years old, this white boy from Virginia finally got to use that line. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Thank you for the opportunity to finally use that.
Yeah. So listen, Ilana, we just want to thank you for coming on and sharing your experience in January 6th and running for governor. Is there a website that people can go to?
My website is peoplebeforeparty.com. Real simple.
All right. So peoplebeforeparty.com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
And all my social
listen,
media.
I just want to thank you for coming.
I was gonna say all my social media.
Right. You're on Facebook?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
all right.
at Elona4Gov.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. God bless. We're going to go to another commercial break where we'll be right back with myself, Chris Cloud, and Rebecca Floyd. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Oh, take care. God bless.
Bye.
Flip Ammo is your trusted source of high-quality ammunition. We're passionate about shooting and offer a wide range of products from bulk ammo to hard-to-find rounds, all at competitive prices. You can choose from local pickup or fast daily shipping. We are the fastest shippers in the industry. We strategically developed our space next to the UPS shipping center and can ship most orders same day till 7 p.m. Our dedicated customer service team is always available for any questions or product recommendations. Experience the passion, expertise, and exceptional service that sets us apart. Flip Ammo, your trusted source for high-quality ammunition.
Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo in Chantilly, Virginia this weekend. 1,300 tables, over 2 miles of guns, knives, and accessories. Everything you need for the shooting sports and self-defense. Meet Crispy Avila at the EC Defense booth. Concealed handgun classes. The Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo. Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Advanced tickets, coupons, and more info at thenationsgunshow.com. That's thenationsgunshow.com.
Hello, we're back.
They're back.
Hi. All right. I had a long day today. I was out campaigning for a buddy of mine and getting signatures for him. He's a Republican running for a state committee. And I'm talking to a lot of customers. I'm talking to people. They were coming out of the Acme customers. They was coming out of Acme. And I ran into this one guy who was a Republican. And I mean, you got to really understand this guy and his mentality, and I don't think I can understand, but he had a visceral hate for President Trump. I asked him, he said, "Oh, I'm a Republican, so I'll sign a petition." I said, "Cool." I said, "You support the President of the United States?" "No." I was like, "What are you talking about?" "I do not support him. I will support Biden. If he becomes president, we will do everything we can from stopping him from landing on the regular air, somewhere in America." He said that the military would have to use him. You have to use the military for landing. They will stop him at every airport, any type of pulse across America landing. We will protest. We will knock on doors. I do not want to see him president of the United States. And he had not an anger, but a visceral hate for President Trump. But he was a Republican. And
I know people who are the same. It's astonishing, really.
Mhm.
And who else are you going to vote for, Nikki Haley? I mean, you might as well just vote for Joe Biden at this point.
The problem with this is that Trump is his own worst enemy, and it wouldn't be an issue if he didn't continuously step on his dick.
Okay.
I mean,
Elaborate a little bit.
um,
You mean just the things he says that are contentious, or his pride, arrogance?
he gave a speech after the last primary
Mhm.
about unity and reaching across the aisle and all these things, and it was totally unlike everything that we've heard from Trump, and it made the left's minds explode. They couldn't deal with it because they want to be able to point at him and say, "Look at what uneducated, coarse, harsh, mean, cruel man he is."
Mhm.
He gives them all that ammo.
Mm.
If he would just stop doing that, they've got nothing else to fall back on.
Mhm.
They can't. If he took away their ability to point at him and screech with their hair on fire, what opposition could they have?
Mhm.
When you look at the tenets of Make America Great Again, how can any sane person object to any of that?
Mhm.
I think that's the problem,
Lithuania
though.
great again. Make Paraguay great again. Make Quebec great again. Great. Make all of them great again. What's the argument?
But I think there's a lot of insanity out there, and it's like no matter how on point and smooth sailing his speech is, they'll find something about the man to pick apart or make something up. I mean,
Well, the biggest
it's
problem
just
with
never
that is
ends.
that those people are existentially threatened by the tenets of Make America Great Again,
Mhm.
or a secure border, or true equal rights, or
Mhm.
race stabilization.
Mhm.
They're existentially threatened by that, so they attack him because what else are they going to do?
So, being in the parking lot, in the Acme parking lot today, there's one guy who was walking in towards the inside the Acme. He screamed out, "Turn around!" He turned around and said, "Well, you support Biden, who's allowing all these illegal immigrants to come in our country?" And so he was like, "Oh well, I like Biden." And so I said, "Well, I asked him, was Trump the worst president in this country ever had?" He said yes. And I asked him, "Well, was he worse than George Bush? What about weapons of lines and weapons of mass destruction? Obama, all the wars?" And he said yes. I mean, so it's this visceral hate. I can't think of the guy's name, but the other guy was agreeing with me. It's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? How could you just say he was the worst president in the history of America? And we can't. I mean, so you forget about the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. Well, close to 500,000 people died. Over 5,000 soldiers. How many other soldiers were maimed for a lie?
Right.
For a lie. I mean,
right.
I mean, Obama droned men, women, and children. I mean, we had. Have you what?
More than Bush.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, we had Oppenheimer. I mean, so we have had presidents that have done some horrific things to people. I mean, if you go back to, I asked him about what was the guy, Roosevelt, that got all the Japanese people together and put them in internment camps.
Internment camps during World War II.
Yeah, World War II. It seemed like people seem to forget about these evil things that other presidents have done, and we have a president, Trump, that has never caused a war. And that's what a lot of troops liked about President Trump. He doesn't want war.
Yep.
I mean,
and when you look at a lot of the establishment Republicans, the Lindsey Grahams, so to speak, that's what they want. They're pushing wars just as much as everyone on the left. It is the establishment Republicans and the left. They're all against Trump. That's it. It's just a money thing.
Yeah, the money. Really. You're right, Chris. The money. The weapons of mass destruction.
Think about it. We're finding out now that all of this aid to Ukraine, all of the hundreds of billions of dollars that we've sent to Ukraine, a scant fraction of that touches their borders. The overwhelming majority of it goes to Raytheon.
Yeah.
The military-industrial complex. There was a president
in our own country. In our own country. So when we talk about, oh my God, we're sending all this aid to Ukraine, yeah, bullshit. And not only do the money that we're sending there gets funneled and sent back, okay, but a decimal of it actually goes to Ukraine. The overwhelming majority of it never leaves this country.
And also to Israel, providing Israel with weapons. So how do we, especially conservatives, hosts, whatever, how do we explain that to young people and make people realize what's really happening? Because a lot of people, a lot of younger generation, they don't understand it, seem like. And then there's the older generation, they're watching all types of TV shows, movies. They don't really understand it. They don't understand that the money's coming right back to America and to the war machines that's happening. That's what, who was the president? Eisenhower talked about. That was Martin Luther King talked about. All these different, the war machine that's following wars.
The military-industrial complex, we were warned about that years ago and no one really took it seriously, and yet here we are. And I feel like there's so many young people who sided with the left all during Bush, against war. He's just a warmonger, which, I mean, you could make that argument, but now here we are with Joe Biden, and all of a sudden, war's the thing to do. Let's go to Ukraine. Let's, support Israel in their fight against Gaza. And I'm not speaking that they shouldn't be defending themselves, but we shouldn't be paying for all this either. So
biggest problem with Israel versus the Hamas right now is it has been since 1945 that there has been a definitive conclusion and a victor and a vanquished in any kind of a conflict. We haven't been in a war since 1945. We have not had a declaration of war in the manner that our Constitution calls for it. That's why we've had military engagements and police states and bringing stability to regions and all these other ways to put lipstick on the pig. But we have not been to war. And the biggest problem is it's no longer stylish, or it's no longer accepted to defeat somebody. We've got to have a mediated settlement. We've got to come to terms, and that's happened in every other conflict since we created 2 mushroom clouds over Japan. That was so shocking to our psyche that it no longer became acceptable to defeat an enemy. You have to have a mediated settlement, and only thing that leads to is perpetuating the problem. I mean, think of that great line in "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd. Did they get you to trade a walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage?
Yeah, I agree.
So what Israel is doing to Gaza and the Palestinians and Hamas, they're fucking defeating them. And defeat isn't pretty, but it's permanent. And if we grew a set, we wouldn't have been in Afghanistan for 20 fucking years.
Exactly.
Dan Bongino, bless his little heart, he says, "Oh, your sacrifices were not in vain. No, it was not." Bullshit. Because of how Biden destroyed our exit out of Afghanistan, everybody that sacrificed in that conflict, their sacrifices were, by definition, in vain. And that's not their fault. It's the fault of Biden and his administration that fucked that up.
And the UN, can we just, give some acknowledgement, I think, where it's due? Every time they get involved in any war or conflict, it seems to prolong it, and it seems to inflame it. I mean, with Ukraine, it just inflamed everything with Russia. And now with Israel and Gaza, now we're like poking the bear, the UN, the United States, because Iran is getting a little ticked off, and that's not a great thing.
Taking all the levels. We'll be right back with a station break. We have also HollowPoint. We're going to show their commercial again. It's going to be exciting. They're one of the new sponsors. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, so we got 556 custom built, Tech, Sounds of Cold, Spec War suppressor, and Cerakoted in graphite black and black cherry.
Flip Ammo is your trusted source of high-quality ammunition. We're passionate about shooting and offer a wide range of products from bulk ammo to hard-to-find rounds, all at competitive prices. You can choose from local pickup or fast daily shipping. We are the fastest shippers in the industry. We strategically developed our space next to the UPS shipping center and can ship most orders same day till 7 p.m. Our dedicated customer service team is always available for any questions or product recommendations. Experience the passion, expertise, and exceptional service that sets us apart. Flip Ammo, your trusted source for high-quality ammunition.
Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo in Chantilly, Virginia this weekend. 1,300 tables, over 2 miles of guns, knives, and accessories. Everything you need for the shooting sports and self-defense. Meet Crispy Avila at the EC Defense booth. Concealed handgun classes. The Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo. Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Advanced tickets, coupons, and more info at thenationsgunshow.com. That's thenationsgunshow.com.
All right, we're back. I was doing some research, and as you know, there's a convoy heading to Eagle Pass, Texas, to rally against the immigration. The problem at the border, it's happening now. There's thousands of people going towards Texas. As you know, what's happening in New York, there were 4 or 5 individuals attacked a police officer. They pleaded not guilty. They were illegal immigrants that came in the country. They released them. The former ICE detainee, dressed as a delivery person, killed 3 individuals inside their home in front of their kids. So it's happening all over America. I mean, you listen to Tucker Carlson, you listen to Glenn Beck, other ones. I don't know. I wasn't there, but it seemed like there are a lot of people around the country, even African Americans, who I've talked to and said how could the government open a door to illegals when they have to finish up dealing with our problems right here in America? These are people who are saying this inner city and suburb.
Yeah. And now our leaders and state leaders are asking homeowners to house illegals so they have a roof over their heads. So
how many rooms you got,
the
Chris?
door to our country, it's a literal door.
No, my house is full of people like Daryl.
I mean, have you heard? I mean, welcome to America.
Yep.
Have you heard of the idiocy that they want? They want us to provide housing.
While Americans are struggling.
When they don't get the answers they want, they're going to change the way they ask.
Won't surprise me.
Yeah. It's sad, and something has to be done. I think
we're not going to vote our way out of this bullshit.
We can't vote our way out of this.
Sorry.
All right.
We're not voting our way out.
Go ahead,
First
Chris.
off, very first thing we need to realize is all the figures, just like with Kung Flu, all the figures are horseshit.
Mm-hmm.
The quantities, the totals, the tallies, the gotaways, the encounters, the missing children, all of it, all those numbers are to feed a narrative. Multiply them by a factor.
Yeah.
And I say that I see fundamental changes right in my neighborhood, in my town of Marshall, Virginia. And then you go out to Fauquier County, and then you go to next door neighbor at Prince William County, where Manassas. My God, Manassas is unrecognizable.
I've been there. I mean, it's
not,
yeah.
But you haven't been there since 1970.
Okay, yeah.
And to see the way the demographic has changed, and then suddenly there's been an integration of diversity for 35 or 40 years that I've witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 4 years or 3 years, it has been beyond exponential. It's been total, complete, and immediate. And we are creating here. I'm so old that I remember when they used to justify foreign aid. We send all this money south of the border because we're enabling them to stabilize their country or their culture or their society and create a middle class. And that stability makes them stay where they are. They're happy where they are. We're not mentioning that anymore, that the objective was for them to fix the problems in their own shitholes. We're no longer even talking about, hang on a minute, instead of heading north, why don't we continue paying you to fix your problem there? Oh my God, that would get me strung up in a political correctness.
Show us the money. Where the money went?
Where did it go? And that no longer. So it's not a matter of fixing their problems there. It's a matter of bringing them here because we need slave labor.
And votes. Obama was just speaking about how important it is to have illegals vote because they're citizens too, so their voice matters. Even
Yeah,
though
I
they
mean-
just
Well,
came here,
they you know, they're not, they pay into the system.
Mhm.
So they're valid. You can't
Yeah,
have
they-
taxation without representation. Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, they're paying. Listen, they're coming over. A lot of people are stressed. A lot of people are tired of the violence. A lot of people don't understand how come they are coming in this country, and when they should
Because
be
they can
protected.
stay.
Yeah, because they can say the door is wide open. They're just processing them.
and the
and-
And
sad
it's not even that there's a
thing is-
door. There's no consequences to coming. They got nothing to lose, man.
You got FEMA, you got Catholic charity deals are the ones to be held accountable. But what's happening? They're paying for the Catholic charities, FEMA, and other organizations, nonprofits that are getting money from us, and they're getting money from the government, and they're flying them all over the country. And something has to be done. Something has to be said. You know, this is why we have to get Trump in. People cannot be afraid to speak their mind as Americans. You have the right to speak and say what's on your mind and not be afraid.
yeah.
And not be afraid of the repercussions. You can't be
Today.
afraid.
And it's not just in the United States. This is orchestrated and happening globally. I mean,
And
look at Europe and all these other countries that have had a government that's done the same thing, paid to bring all these people here that are culturally so different.
Mhm.
Then they clash. Then the people start rioting. Once it gets so intolerable and it hits them over the head that this isn't a society that they want to
You're
live in
right.
any longer.
Way too late. Once it starts hitting you on the head. Now, Rebecca, I'm gonna direct this question to you because I know Daryl's answer. I've already talked with him about this. Have you had opportunity to go to Europe? Have you
I have
traveled?
not. No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I did. I've been to England and I've been to France and you know, I'll never be more grateful that I had the opportunity to see Notre Dame and to see Westminster and to see and to experience the French countryside and England and other countries
Yeah.
because they're gone.
Yeah.
I would not go to France today. I would not go to England today. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
You know, you know, Chris, you know, Rebecca, you know, it's terrible when they talk about the drug trade in Mexico and the drug cartel. There is no more drug cartel. There's human trafficking cartels.
Yeah.
$2,000. You have to pay $2,000 to get into America. Then you could get raped. All types of things happening from the human trafficking cartel, not
What do
the
I
drug
say,
cartel.
Daryl? What do I say, Daryl? Our border has never in its existence been more secure than it is right now. Our border is drum tight secure. It has never been this secure.
Yeah, that's
Not
what the
by us.
politician says. Yeah,
Not
the
by us.
politicians.
And the large majority of women that pay to come across the border are sexually assaulted, which is interesting. You never hear about the women's rights groups in the United States.
Where's
where
the
they
Pound
at?
Me
This
Too
issue
movement?
up.
Where's Pound Me Too?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, listen, I just want to thank you all for coming on the show and thank you all for supporting the show. It's about that time. We had a great show. We had a great discussion. We will see you next week. I am Daryl McKell Brooks, and you're who?
Rebecca Boyd.
Rebecca Boyd. All right, this is
Frontline
on
of the
Fire Show.
Heartland.
Yeah, Frontline of Heartlands. I'll be down here tomorrow. I'm on my 5 o'clock train. my $10 train to DC. Yeah, so it's going to be amazing. Yes, Biden economy. Thank you. God bless. And I will see you guys next week with another great show.
Good night.
Night.